Right now on Weekend Mornings, a Wisconsin senator has introduced a bill to alleviate housing costs. What you need to know about that bill. Plus, the News 3 investigation reveals how a Wisconsin healthcare group is looking to end gender-affirming surgeries. The details on that in this half hour.
We have showers and thunderstorms for your Saturday and Sunday, but we also got heat coming up next week. I'll break down when to expect those storms and how hot it'll get next week.
Good morning. It is 8 a.m. on this Saturday morning. I'm Kyle Pazorski here, joined this morning with Greg Barnhart. It's going to be a pretty decent day overall for our weather outside.
Temperature-wise, yes. Unfortunately, there will be showers and thunderstorms that will probably impact your afternoon or evening plans. Right now, radar shows not much going on. Really some showers well to the north, but that's a system well north of Minneapolis is the one that we're tracking that is going to provide those showers and thunderstorms. Big pictures, we look at satellite, we can zoom in up there. You can see it rotating up to the north, and that is beginning to develop even more up to Minneapolis. North of Minneapolis, northern Wisconsin will probably get it first, and then southern Wisconsin later on here. But that is what we're looking at. Right now, temperatures in the low to mid 60s for most locations besides 68 in Madison. So basically a pretty typical day to start out the end of July here. Overall, you look at the track your forecast out. The showers and thunderstorms come after 2 p.m. and probably extend to about 10 or 11 for La Crosse, getting up to the low 80s probably early in the afternoon for the clouds increase. Same story for Madison, just a little bit later. But once again, those high temperatures will probably be in the early afternoons before the clouds increase and we get more showers and thunderstorms. Severe risk, not much. There's a potential for a slight strong storm to the west of La Crosse, but that's pretty minor. Otherwise, we'll track out those storms for later today and tomorrow and give you a breakdown of what that heat wave looks like next week. All this a little bit later in the broadcast.
If you're going to be doing something today, should probably be doing it right now.
Now until early afternoon is probably the best time.
Too bad we have a show going on.
Yes.
Anyway, we'll get to some more news. Thanks so much, Craig. We'll see you in just a bit. Flags will fly at half-staff today in honor of a former state representative, Michael Ensley, who died on the 13th of this month. In 2010, the Republican was elected to represent the state's 26th Assembly District. He went on to serve 2 terms, chaired the Aging and Long-Term Care Committee, and served as vice chair for the Jobs, Economy, and Small Business Committee. Ensley stepped away from the Assembly at the end of his second term after he was diagnosed with early-onset Alzheimer's disease. Memorial services will be held today in Sheboygan Falls. He was only 61 years old. Amid a national housing shortage, U.S. Senator Tammy Baldwin has announced a bill to alleviate some of the strain. Baldwin says she hopes this bill will make housing more accessible and wants to crack down on out-of-state investors and operators buying up Wisconsin's single-family homes. As it stands right now, if a large investor or private equity firm buys a bunch of property, it can deduct part of that real estate on its taxes. For people that buy more than 50 properties, Baldwin wants to end those tax deductions. According to the National Realtors Association, 12% of the home buying across Wisconsin in 2001 was by what they call institutional buyers. It's not just in cities either. The struggle for some to attain home ownership is being seen in Wisconsin's rural communities.
Incredibly difficult situations in rural areas where businesses are growing, but the housing for workers in those businesses is not available.
Lawmakers say they are working on some legislation to increase the number of houses, which could be introduced as early as fall. A new report released last night from Axios found that old houses cost as much as new homes. Data shows the median price for an existing single-family home as opposed to a newly built one was $416,000. That's basically the same price that a newly built home was selling for in May, the last month that data was available on. For the last 10 years, prices for new homes have been on average about $60,000 more than existing homes, but in May the differential was less than $15,000. A News 3 Now investigative team has confirmed that SSM Health has recently stopped providing all gender-affirming surgeries, which were previously done at their aesthetics center in Middleton. This comes after the Catholic Church has ramped up pressure this year on all Catholic healthcare organizations, which includes SSM Health, to stop this gender-affirming care. SSM Health is not commenting on this story, so we've confirmed this information through a number of different sources. Catherine Merck shares how a Madison teen who is planning on surgery on his journey to become his true self was one of those impacted by the decision.
I'm 16. I go to West High School.
I met Ollie at his dad's restaurant.
with the same name. But that wasn't always the case. The name change was made after Ollie came out as transgender.
He got my help, and we made a restaurant that was like me, and he named it after me again.
Ollie says the restaurant's new identity has been critical as he experienced his own gender dysphoria.
There's just sort of a disappointment of seeing yourself in the mirror and it's just not you.
He and his parents decided to pursue gender-affirming surgery at SSM Health.
I had like a countdown on my phone. I was like counting down the days. I was so excited.
It was a day nearly 5 years in the making until
we went to my pre-op consultation, and as we were getting in the car to go over there, we got a phone call saying that it had been canceled.
We've confirmed that SSM Health has stopped all gender-affirming surgeries. That's according to multiple SSM Health employees who have direct knowledge of the change. We're not naming them to protect their jobs. Because SSM Health declined to comment when we contacted them, we also decided to call the clinic ourselves to understand what the public is being told. We changed the voice of the person who answered because they didn't know they were talking to media. I'm looking to speak with somebody to ask some questions about gender-affirming surgery options at SSM.
Unfortunately, we are no longer accepting new patients for gender-affirming surgeries. We are in the process of actually discontinuing those services at SSM Health.
Why is that?
It's because we're like a Catholic healthcare organization.
The U.S. Conference of Catholic Bishops voted in June to start a process that would stop Catholic healthcare organizations from doing these kind of surgeries. We also contacted Madison Bishop Don Hine. He couldn't interview, but sent us a 14-page guidance document passed by the Conference of Bishops in March, telling healthcare organizations to stop this kind of care.
And for Pride Month, we did these fun Pride-themed drink umbrellas.
Ollie says his surgery is rescheduled at a different hospital. Despite the change with SSM Health, he says he's following the restaurant's footsteps in a society that doesn't always agree with him.
Coming out as trans, I knew that it's not easy. You know that it's never going to be like a completely accepting world.
In this process, he's found his own identity.
You find the community that is supportive, and you hold on to them, and you make sure that you fight for the other people who are with you.
That's Captain Merck reporting. This also comes after the Washington Post reported last month that a national group of conservative doctors had pressured SSM Health in 2017 to change their policies. For more on that, please head to channel3000.com to read the investigation by the News 3 investigative team. Some of Wisconsin's top Republican and Democratic lawmakers have responded to that decision and are reporting. Assembly Speaker Republican Robin Vos tweeting, "Thank you for realizing you're actually harming kids, not helping them." And Assembly Minority Democrat Greta Neubauer tweeting in part, "SSM Health's decision to discontinue gender-affirming care is completely misguided and dangerous." Even more reaction from city and state lawmakers is on channel3000.com. A plan is in the works to turn part of State Street in downtown Madison into a pedestrian mall. The mall would take up the 400 through 600 blocks of State Street. It's an idea that District 2 Alder Juliana Bennett has considered for a long time. Under the proposal, only emergency vehicles would be allowed through that mall.
To make State Street a pedestrian mall, it means that we would not have vehicular traffic like that. I'm interested in what this means for the future of downtown Madison. Downtown Madison is changing very, very rapidly, and it's changing the scope of who can live, work, and do business downtown. I see this pilot as a vehicle to move forward some of our other priorities of making State Street a more diverse, welcoming, and inclusive place.
A resolution on the creation of a pilot program will be introduced this next week. New details this morning about a crash on East Washington Avenue at Egan Road, which left the intersection blocked for several hours last night. A News 3 viewer provided video showing the scene. A Madison police report states the crash involved a motorcyclist and a pedestrian near East Town Mall. At one point, lanes in both directions were closed to traffic, which is according to the Wisconsin Department of Transportation. No further details have been provided at this time. To La Crosse, where Gunderson Health System is hoping to provide a solution to a shortage of physicians in rural communities. News 8's Michael Germain reports.
The WARM program is really Wisconsin's answer to helping to fill the need for a lack of doctors in our rural areas in the state.
According to the Wisconsin Resource Academy for Rural Medicine, more than 33% of Wisconsin citizens live in rural areas, but only 11% of physicians have rural practices.
We have quite a few counties that are underserved rural areas.
Their goal is to train medical students who will eventually become doctors in the small towns throughout Wisconsin.
You know, students go into this program because their heart is really going into rural medicine.
The program admits 26 new students a year. It may not seem like a lot, but their success is in retention because 90% of their graduates stay in Wisconsin.
Students are learning to do procedures that they may not do as often, but are very important to be able to do when you need to do them.
The program is divided into 3 phases. During phase 2 and 3, students complete a community health project while getting hands-on experience.
I think the biggest challenge is really just understanding what it means to be a physician.
And setting them up with the tools they need to be successful.
But there's so many other aspects that go into people's health, whether that be their housing, their insurance, their social situations at home, and that's another art that we have to learn to balance.
That was Michael Germain reporting. Training is also offered at clinics in Marshfield, Madison, and Green Bay. A lottery system tells each student which city they'll eventually be moving to. Still ahead, news from around Wisconsin. With the jury set in Green Bay for a murder and dismemberment case, we have that next. Plus, you're taking a live look outside. Greg has your full forecast just ahead.
The First Warn Weather Team takes you beyond the barometer, only on News 3 Now.
Rider Chips. Just taking a break. That window's a bear.
Don't worry. My cousin's got a guy.
Hey, I'm not sure I can help you with the house gas, but I can help you replace this window fast.
Let the experts at Feldco kickstart your summer with 2-for-1 windows and no interest until 2025. Plus, we'll get it done Feldco fast.
2-for-1 windows won't last long. Hurry. Call now.
Call 866 for Feldco.
Creating family memories is what Maple Leaf Landscaping is all about. We design and build outdoor spaces that bring people together. Landscaped spaces for any size family. Functional, beautiful, a place everyone will enjoy. And it all starts with a free visit at your home by one of our landscape experts. So call Maple Leaf Landscaping today and have us create an outdoor living space for your home.
Madison's massive Factory Direct Hot Tub and Swim Spa Show. Save up to 50% off hundreds of quality brand hot tubs and swim spas. Flexible financing. Everything must go. Ends tomorrow at Madison Marriott West. EliteSpaSales.com.
My late father-in-law lit up a room, but his vision dimmed with age. He had AMD. I didn't know it then, but it can progress to GA, an advanced form of the disease. His struggle with vision loss from AMD made me want to help you see warning signs of GA, like straight lines that seem wavy, blurry or missing visual spots that make it hard to see faces, like this one, or trouble with low light. That makes driving at night a real challenge. If you've been diagnosed with AMD and notice vision changes, don't wait. GA is irreversible. It's important to catch it early. Talk to your eye doctor about GA and learn more at GAWon'tWait.com.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
Yeah, we're going to need some precipitation this weekend, but then the heat really is the big story as we go until next week. But still some showers and storms today. Good coverage today, lesser coverage probably tomorrow. Another opportunity Monday night. And then in the backside of the heat, when we have a front coming through, we'll probably have another chance Thursday and Thursday night. The temperatures this weekend won't be too bad. Seasonal, low to mid 80s. The heat really starts coming in Wednesday through Friday. That's when the humidity levels will get up there that at least we could approach 100 on the heat index. And then next weekend, we kind of cool back to the mid 80s too. So it's a short heat wave, but still, we'll definitely notice it this week with the humidity levels. The drought monitor basically saw a little bit of improvement this week, but nothing overall too significant wise. We didn't have a lot of precipitation, at least widespread enough to cause too much of a change. For the next several days with those opportunities through Monday, just about a quarter to a half, maybe a little bit more further to the south. This is with the thunderstorms that may develop Monday and Monday night. Otherwise, most of this is just the stuff that we're going to have today and tomorrow. Like I said, maybe up to a half, maybe 3/4 if we get lucky with some of the storms. Here's the one wave that's coming down with this northwest flow, allowing these waves really from Canada to come back to the south. That's one of them that will provide the opportunity. We have another one through tomorrow that comes through. Not much in the way of shower and thunderstorm. And then finally, the last one right there comes through Monday evening and Monday night, and that's the one that will provide some opportunities before we get to the heat that's out to the west. So that's what we're looking at right now, similar type of pattern going on. This ridge that's been sitting out to the west, this four corners high as we call it, really is a permanent feature in the summertime. It's beginning to build up and build to the east, and that's what's going to bring the heat up our way just temporarily before another system in the Pacific Northwest cuts across by Wednesday, Thursday, shoves that high back down to the south, so then we'll cool off. So it's just a couple of days where we can build the heat up, and then it should go back to the south. So pretty typical for July to see that occasionally come up here. For today, we're not going to see much in the way of showers and thunderstorms till we get probably closer to about noon. We'll start seeing them pop up across many of the areas in southern Wisconsin. We'll see a little bit better organization towards Red Wing and those areas, a little bit stronger of the type of thunderstorms too. We can see that push as it comes further south. Through this evening and afternoon hours, still just widespread showers and thunderstorms across most of the area that'll linger all the way through the evening hours and probably till about maybe 9 or 10 that we'll start seeing that finally diminish. Notice you do have a few stronger ones in this area, and that's kind of what we're going to keep an eye on for maybe a stronger cell or two. Otherwise, temperatures get down to the low 60s overnight hours, upper 50s in certain areas. Tomorrow, not much in the way of showers and thunderstorms. Still some out there, but the coverage will be far less. I think we'll see more sunshine. We should get back up more into the mid 80s. I think a lot of areas will stay dry. Probably the better of the 2 days for the weekend with regards to being outdoors and doing anything. As we go into the next, the smoke-wise, we're keeping an eye on that too, because with this pattern, it is bringing anything from the western Canadas down our area. So we could see more hazy sky condition. Won't be that surface-based smoke we saw, but something we'll keep an eye on throughout this couple, 3 days that we might see more hazy skies. Other than that, the big story going into after that is the heat. You're looking at the mid 90s, getting back up to most locations by Wednesday, Thursday, and maybe Friday. With the thunderstorms as we kind of cool back down towards next weekend. Same story for La Crosse, could hit 95, 96. Once again, the humidity levels will be high enough that there could be a heat index those 3 days. So this whole next week is something to keep an eye on those 3 days. If you're going to have any outdoor activities, stay well hydrated, of course.
It's kind of a heat wave coming.
Something we haven't had all the way. And the dew points are going to be high, which we haven't seen much this summer either.
Thank you so much, Craig. We'll look around the state now. To the latest in Green Bay's murder and dismemberment trial of Taylor Shabusiness, the jury is now seated. Opening statements are scheduled for Monday. The accused 25-year-old was in civilian clothes for jury selection Friday as opposed to the usual orange jumpsuit. The jury has an unusually high number of alternates, which is 4. So 16 jurors in all were told to report first thing Monday morning. Shabusiness seemed very engaged during juror questions and instructions. It is behavior the judge said he has seen before and was a leading factor in his final ruling that she is competent to stand trial.
I've observed Ms. Shabusiness interacting with her attorney. Obviously, I can't hear what they're talking about, but as I sit up here, I can see everything that goes on in the courtroom. I can see them interacting, discussing. Ms. Shabusiness indicates she thinks she can work with him. She understands what the courtroom procedures and players are.
Shabusiness faces charges of first-degree intentional homicide, mutilation of a corpse, and sexual assault in the February 2022 attack of Shah Thairon in the basement of his mother's Green Bay home. In Green Lake County, authorities have recovered the body of a missing boater. Dispatch received a call around 4:30 Thursday afternoon about a possible drowning victim who fell off a pontoon boat into Big Green Lake. Shortly before 5 p.m. yesterday, the body of a 36-year-old was pulled out of the lake. The medical examiner hasn't identified the boater, but authorities say no foul play is suspected. Coming up, there's several new shows and movies to check out this weekend. Will Loper shares his picks in 3 things to watch. That's coming up when we return.
This week's Hy-Vee hot deals are Jack's Pizza, $2.48. 8-ounce Hy-Vee Choice Reserve New York Strips, $6.99. And a 2-pound pack of Driscoll's Strawberries, $3.98. All week long at Hy-Vee.
Looks like you've been sleeping well.
Megan, he's back. The MyPillow guy.
And you're looking good.
Still feeling good.
Well, just when you thought it couldn't get any better, we've got the best pillow ever, MyPillow 2.0. I'm interrupting this commercial to let you all know that you have made MyPillow 2.0 a huge success. And because of your amazing support, we've expanded MyPillow's USA manufacturing and jobs. To make room for this, we're clearing out our Percale bed sheets. And to thank you, I'm giving them to you at closeout prices. King size, only $39 a set. Queens, $35 a set. Full size, $29, and twin size, just $25. So go to MyPillow.com or call the number on your screen. Use your promo code to take advantage of this once-in-a-lifetime offer. Get these MyPillow bed sheets now. Once they're gone for good.
Set summer in motion with the most electrifying Honda vehicles yet, like the CR-V and the Accord, both with available hybrid powertrains, designed to deliver more thrilling performance and more innovative tech. Make every adventure more electrifying with Honda, the most awarded brand in Car and Driver 10 Best history. Buy online, reserve from select dealers, or visit your local Honda dealer today.
To everyone who enjoys a feel-good meal, we're crafting one for you, Wisconsin style.
We're talking handcrafted, cooked to order,
scoop to perfection goodness.
More like greatness.
A snuggle up in the booth, share a bite kind of meal.
A fill you up, heart and soul kind of meal.
Come treat someone you love to a meal they're sure to love.
One always served with a smile.
That comes from the heart.
From Wisconsin with love.
Welcome to Delicious!
Create your perfect room for entertaining, relaxing, and more with patio enclosures. Right now, get 25% off your sunroom. Plus, enjoy exceptional financing. Call today.
Patio enclosures. In 16 years, Greg Gerstner will land the perfect cannonball with friends he's already meeting now at AARP volunteer and community events to help make sure his happiness lives as long as he does. The younger you are, the more you need AARP.
Race into savings at Hy-Vee this Friday through Sunday. Oreos, just $2.48. Gatorade 8-packs, just $5.88. And 6-pack bottles of Pepsi products, $2.75 each when you buy 4. Only at Hy-Vee.
Yeah, we'll have showers and thunderstorms develop today, more to the afternoon hours through the evening hours. Those will continue maybe for Sunday and even an opportunity for Monday afternoon and Monday night. Hot, humid conditions there follow Wednesday through Friday. Heat index could be near 100. And then maybe some more showers and thunderstorms later in the week. We're looking at low 80s for today for temperatures. Pretty seasonal with the showers and thunderstorms. Upper 50s, low 60s, most of the areas for tonight and tomorrow. Less of the showers and thunderstorms. Allow the temperatures to get up to the mid to upper 80s potentially. And the heat comes Wednesday through Friday. Once again, we could see heat indexes in those 3 days approach 100 degrees.
Thank you so much, Craig. In this weekend's news and entertainment, Will Loper shares a few of the best shows and movies in streaming in this week's 3 Things to Watch.
You have the power to create your own future. You can be anything. You can do anything.
You want to sell high-end stuffed Himalayan cats.
Newly streaming on Apple TV Plus is the film The Beanie Bubble.
My life is this company. I see where it's going. There are signs of real trouble.
Genius is 1% inspiration, 99% presentation.
Zach Galifianakis stars as Ty Warner, in the film that charts the rise and fall of that 90s craze surrounding the little stuffed animals known as Beanie Babies.
I have our perfect partners lined up.
Jehovah's Witnesses, the greatest one-on-one salesman in the world. How brilliant is that?
The Beanie Bubble is streaming on Apple TV Plus now.
I only want to speak to Oprah Winfrey. Has she reached out?
Marshal, welcome to Detroit.
Detective, meet Raylan Givens.
What's up, Slim? This ought to be good.
Newly streaming on Hulu is the miniseries Justified City Primeval.
Got a task force with the Detroit PD.
You've been special requested.
I promised my kid we got a whole road trip planned back to Miami.
Timothy Oliphant returns as U.S. Marshal Raylan Givens, facing a new adversary played by Boyd Holbrook.
Clement Menzel is my client.
He's a killer, and he enjoys it.
You do your job, and I'll do mine.
The first 2 episodes of Justified City Primeval are streaming on Hulu now.
New relationships and new challenges are good for the soul.
This is the beauty of old friends. You meet me wherever I need you.
And newly streaming on Netflix is the 3rd season of Sweet Magnolias.
In a darkened land, there was a woman who was trying to do the right thing as best she could.
The show continues to follow the lives of the residents of the small town Serenity.
Why is it so hard to move on with my life? I let go of my past, but it is hanging on to me.
All 10 episodes of Sweet Magnolias Season 3 are streaming on Netflix now.
That's how we all get through.
One walk, one brunch, one conversation at a time.
Those are the 3 things you need to watch, and this is Will Loper for Weekend Mornings.
And coming up next, a look at our top morning headlines. Stick with us. You're watching Weekend Mornings.
The price of gold is at a 7-year high. Get top cash on the spot for your gold at Diamond Select. Cash in today while the price of gold is high. Don't miss out. Get instant cash for your gold today at Diamond Select, downtown Stoughton.
Hello, I'm Mike Lindell, and I'm here to tell you about my brand new product, My Slippers. What makes My Slippers different from those other slippers is my exclusive 4-layer design. I wanted My Slippers to have everything you'd ever want in a pair of slippers.
When I first put my slippers on, I was like, wow, they feel great, and most importantly, they have the support that I need in a pair of slippers.
I'm interrupting this commercial to let you know we're having the biggest My Slipper closeout sale ever. Get our all-season My Slippers and sandals at clearance prices. They're made with our patented impact gel that absorbs and releases pressure so you can comfortably wear them all day long. So go to mypillow.com or call the number on your screen. Use your promo code to get our all-season My Slippers, originally on sale for $59.98, now only $25, or our sandals for just $19.50. Quantities are extremely limited, so please order now.
Look, Mom, I found one.
Oh, yeah, you did, but we need an ATM from our bank, unless you want to spend a small fortune in fees.
No, thank you. Banking with BMO means more fee-free ATMs than the 2 largest U.S. banks combined, including places like pharmacies and grocery stores.
Saving money and more convenient. Look at you being so helpful.
What'd you expect? You're studying at a help stop.
That's you.
That's me, at a desk.
When a bank helps you get and stay ahead, that's the BMO effect.
This weekend, Madison's massive Factory Direct Hot Tub and Swim Spa Show. Save up to 50% off hundreds of quality brand hot tubs and swim spas. Flexible financing. Everything must go. Ends tomorrow at Madison Marriott West. EliteSpaSales.com.
Attention, Wisconsin veterans.
I'm Tony Evers, the governor of Wisconsin. If you are a veteran struggling to pay for rent, utilities, or other life-sustaining services, I want you to know that the Veterans Rental Assistance Program is here to help. So call 833-WISC-VRAP or visit vrapwi.com. You've always been there for us. We want you to know that we're here for you.
This is Matt Gunderson. We recently celebrated the life of George. Loved by many, feared by walleye. As part of his fishing-themed celebration, everyone in attendance accepted one of his favorite lures. Allow us to personalize every detail of a life well lived.
From a diamond engagement to a diamond anniversary and everything in between, we shop the diamond capitals of the world so you don't have to. At Diamond Select, we also fix, reset, and remake jewelry too. Diamond Select in downtown Stoughton.
Right now, an 18-year-old Madison man is under arrest for a June shooting. What led to that arrest this half hour?
And we have showers and thunderstorms today and some tomorrow. I'll track those out as well as give you an idea of how hot and humid it'll be next week.
Also, millions of Americans under heat alerts as weeks of record-breaking temperatures stretch on. The details on that and more. You're watching Weekend Mornings. I'm Kyle Pozorski. Good morning. We're going to start by going over by Greg Barnhart in this half hour for a look at your Saturday forecast. Greg, how are you doing?
Not too bad. It's actually going to be kind of a cool day, but we're going to have showers and thunderstorms this afternoon that will impact some outdoor activities. Right now, big picture satellite just shows a few little showers that came through earlier today, but otherwise we're tracking the system up to the north. That's the one that's going to be approaching basically northern Wisconsin first, but you can already see there are some showers and thunderstorms developing ahead of it, and that's the one that's going to provide the whole state with some rainfall potentially. You can already see radar right there, a few of them and a few of them to the south, but overall pretty quiet across most of the state right now. Temperatures low to mid 60s across most of the area, but we're up to 68 in Madison, 70 in the Dells, and then 64 in Eau Claire. But once again, those temperatures will rise up this afternoon, but they will then peak out earlier this afternoon before all the clouds and the rain starts coming back in. For La Crosse, so about 80, low 80s, and then we'll start coming back down with the showers and thunderstorms. Same story for Madison. The peak, the max temperature will probably be around 2 a.m., and then we'll start going back down with the showers and thunderstorms later in the afternoon through the evening hours. Severe-wise, a little bit of a risk to the west, but not too much, maybe an isolated strong storm or two. Otherwise, no widespread severe weather is anticipated with these showers and storms. Coming up next, we'll track out when to expect and when they'll end, as well as tomorrow's storms, and then really about the next heat wave that will be coming up next week. All that a bit later in the broadcast.
Thank you so much, Greg. Madison police have arrested a man in connection to a June shooting, causing damage to 3 homes and leaving 1 woman hurt. MPD arrested an 18-year-old earlier this week on Madison's west side. At the time of the shooting, people in the area reported seeing gunfire between 2 vehicles. Police say a woman was injured by debris after a stray bullet entered her home, and 1 person was in bed when one of the stray bullets struck their mattress. A lawsuit filed Friday seeks to allow Wisconsin voters to return absentee ballots in drop boxes. That practice was barred by the state Supreme Court following criticism from former President Donald Trump. The lawsuit was filed by Democratic law firm Elias Law Group and comes 2 weeks before Wisconsin's Supreme Court flips from a conservative to liberal majority. The lawsuit also seeks to undo a requirement that a witness sign absentee ballots and that any problems with absentee ballots be corrected by the voter no later than 8 p.m. on Election Day. Dane County is now one of more than 40 locations across the country adding hairstyle to the list of things protected against discrimination in the county workplace. County supervisors passed a resolution this week making it official. One board member says discrimination based on protective hairstyles happens all too often, but isn't always taken seriously. Locks, braids, and afros are just a few of the styles important to Black culture, but are sometimes seen as unprofessional in the workplace.
It goes against this unspoken norm that fine straight hair is professional and anything other than that is not. And so I think it's really important that employers and everyone know that it's a form of racial discrimination.
This new amendment adds protection specifically for Dane County employees. It follows another similar amendment passed in 2021 that prohibited discrimination based on hairstyles for contractors. The Salvation Army of La Crosse County held a Stuff the Bus event at the Southside Walmart on Friday. Stuff the Bus donations help gather school supplies for families and kids as they get ready to head back to school. Organizers said this event is important for area schools and the families of students to get the necessary supplies for them to have a successful learning environment without having to worry.
The community is really great. We've collected quite a few notebooks and binders, folders, Clorox wipes. We're also getting a lot of monetary donations that we're using to go in right now and buy some supplies too.
The Salvation Army said the community really plays a big part in fundraisers like this. A Walmart representative says her store is always happy to help make these events possible. A water tower in Muscoda has drawn a lot of attention over the past few days. Residents tell us the S in the town's name was initially painted incorrectly during renovations. The tower is currently being repainted, which should wrap up after this weekend. Until they are finished, you may see the town's name partially doubled on the water tower. So don't be alarmed, they're just painting over the air. And the village says that is being done at the contractor's expense. That's a big amount of money to pay for that. Some 120 million Americans are under heat alerts as weeks of record-breaking temperatures stretch on. Bradley Blackburn has more on the extreme temperatures and whether that are affecting so much of the country.
In California, temperatures are blistering across the state.
Kept increasing. We showed up to Sacramento and it was 111.
Emergency crews in Palm Springs say the pavement
right now is at 165.
Is sending some to the burn unit.
A bicycle get hit by a car and the individual falls on the street. We're dealing with an injury that was caused and then also now possibly burns.
In Arizona, Phoenix topped 110 degrees for the 22nd straight day. Teams trying to help the homeless who were camping out in the elements.
Hi, we got some water and hygiene.
Nationwide, temperatures are making outdoor work grueling. In South Florida, a 29-year-old farm worker died after collapsing in the heat. Advocates are pushing for changes in the law.
We need water, we need shade, we need breaks.
And in Marysville, California, firefighters battled flames with no escape from extreme temperatures.
Triple digits is crazy.
Wild weather continues too. In Oklahoma, winds pushing a freight train off the tracks. Severe storms in Ohio snapped trees and damaged homes, while in Pennsylvania, water was the threat. The body of 2-year-old Maddie Shields pulled from the Delaware River miles away from where her family was swept away in a flood last week.
Although Maddie was found 32 miles away from where she was lost, she has never been closer to all of our hearts as she is now.
The remains of her mother were found previously, and her 9-month-old sibling is still missing. Bradley Blackburn, CBS News, New York.
Still ahead, craze around a double feature of Oppenheimer and Barbie. We have what's behind a trend that's taking movie theaters by storm. That's next here on Weekend Mornings.
When it's time to remodel your home, lean on the experts at Brothers Maine for all things appliances. As Madison and Janesville's local appliance authority since 1938, our experienced staff will make your project easy from concept to completion. Better than big box, Brothers Maine has a larger selection, lower prices, and professional advice to bring your vision to life. On time and on budget. From sales to install, we do it all. Feel great about your purchases and feel like family at Brothers Maine.
Looks like you've been sleeping well.
Megan, he's back. The My Pillow guy.
And you're looking good.
Still feeling good.
Well, just when you thought it couldn't get any better, we've got the best pillow ever, My Pillow 2.0. I'm interrupting this commercial to let you all know that you have made My Pillow 2.0 a huge success. And because of your amazing support, we've expanded My Pillow's USA manufacturing and jobs. To make room for this, we're clearing out our Percale bed sheets. And to thank you, I'm giving them to you at closeout prices. King size, only $39 a set. Queens, $35 a set. Full size, $29, and twin size, just $25. So go to MyPillow.com or call the number on your screen. Use your promo code to take advantage of this once-in-a-lifetime offer. Get these MyPillow bed sheets now. Once they're gone for good.
Leisure Concepts has your new hot tub in stock and ready for immediate delivery. Steel and composite construction and the perimeter insulation is so quiet. We'll deliver everything you need to easily keep your hot tub crystal clear, including knowledge. That neck-deep hot water massage feels amazing every day of the year. You'll never get tired of it. Get to Leisure Concepts and see almost 70 hot tubs that are ready for immediate delivery to your backyard.
It's one thing to say you have the most accurate forecast. It's another to prove it, and we've done just that.
For the third year in a row, First Warn Weather has been certified most accurate in Madison by WeatherRate, an independent research firm. They study all news stations' forecasts every day to determine which forecasts align with the actual observed conditions.
Only one station came out on top, and that's News 3 Now First Warn Weather.
Trust the First Warn Weather team for your most accurate forecast.
Yeah, we're going to have showers and thunderstorms develop this afternoon. Right now, we don't have just cloud cover over some of the area. Temperatures in the low 60s, but we're starting to see more development further towards Minneapolis, and that's what's going to spread across northern Wisconsin first. Otherwise, for Madison, we'll see the showers and thunderstorms later this afternoon, peaking in the low 80s around just after noon before the cloud cover does increase. About the same story for La Crosse, a little bit earlier with the showers and thunderstorms, but we'll peak out in the low to mid 80s before the cloud cover begins to push in, and those will continue through this evening hour. Overall, once we get past today, we're going to start seeing those temperatures get above average, and that's going to be the trend through this week. We could be climbing well up into the 80s to 90s, and you can see that red mark's getting quite deep as we go across there. That's why we do have an excessive heat thing going on for this week, 25th through the 28th. That's something to keep in mind of. We'll see more 90-degree temperatures, and eventually, once we get past this week, we'll start seeing that heat kind of go back to the south. I'll break down when to expect those temperatures and if we got any precipitation coming with up a bit later in the broadcast.
Greg, thank you. Borrowing money is more difficult for some Americans, and the legal fight over Taco Tuesday takes a turn. Kristen Lazar has this week's Eye on Consumer report.
Some smart devices could be getting a new look on the label. The Biden administration wants to put a cyber trust logo on devices that meet the U.S. government's cybersecurity standards. That could include smart TVs, baby monitors, security cameras, climate control systems, and other devices. It would be similar to the Energy Star stickers we see now for energy-efficient devices. The new logo could show up as early as next year. Americans are increasingly being turned down for loans for homes, cars, and credit cards. The Federal Reserve Bank of New York says nearly 22% of credit applications were rejected in June, the highest rate in 5 years. Credit history plays a big role in those decisions. Nearly 57% of loan applicants with a credit score under 680 were rejected. People with higher scores had a much better chance of getting their loans. And a legal fight over Taco Tuesday is over for the most part. The fast food chain Taco John's says it will no longer defend its federal trademark of the phrase. It comes nearly 2 months after rival Taco Bell filed a petition to challenge the trademark. Taco John's has the trademark for all the U.S. except New Jersey, where a local restaurant called Gregory's holds the rights for Taco Tuesday and is fighting on. And that's your Eye on Consumer. I'm Christine Lazar, CBS News, Los Angeles.
Today marks day 9 of the actors' strike. Some of the biggest concerns from union members are the lack of residuals from their work in streaming shows and artificial intelligence.
They have to resolve this because I don't think the business can function, that the industry can function without the heart and soul of real people writing and acting and doing their part.
I think that's the concern that I have for these companies, these tech companies coming in, claiming, well, we don't make any money off streaming. Well, then that's your business model. That's not our concern. You don't see Exxon claiming that they're not making any money on oil.
This is the first time that both actors and writers have been on strike at the same time since 1960. And despite the ongoing Hollywood strike, Friday was the day movie fans had been waiting for a long time. The release of Barbie and Oppenheimer. They're two movies that couldn't be more different, but Oppenheimer has become they're calling it Barbieheimer, has become a social media trend, with many saying they're going to see both movies on the same day. Armand Rahman found that the two films have more Wisconsin ties than you may think.
It's this really unusual dynamic.
Why the Barbenheimer craze? I asked the closest thing to a Barbie girl in our world.
Hi, Barbie. Hi, Barbie.
Grace Stanke's already been called Barbenheimer personified.
And somebody made a meme about me too already where it's like, oh, the real Barbenheimer. And then there's a picture of me and I'm like, oh, this is a bit strange.
Because this Barbie is a UW-Madison nuclear scientist and, oh yeah, Miss America.
It's this beautiful dichotomy of the two unexpected things being together. As Miss America, part of my messaging was representing the women who can. Why are we putting boxes? Why are we putting stereotypes? Why are we putting labels on people?
Fitting since both her and Barbie come from the Badger State.
Barbie is from Willows, Wisconsin. But little girls should be able to see themselves in Barbie and see themselves as they grow up. So I think setting her in a place like Wisconsin made that really accessible to a lot of kids in the country.
The Wisconsin Historical Society has an archive collection of 8 to 10 Barbie dolls from the 1960s onwards. And just down the hall, a Wisconsin connection to the atom bomb.
We have a diary that was kept by Bertha Schultz, whose husband was working on the Manhattan Project. So on August 6th, she writes, well, it's happened.
It includes photos of the bomb's Trinity test, a large focus of Christopher Nolan's new epic, Oppenheimer.
This is a matter of life and death.
It was a dark beginning to nuclear energy use, but with her Miss America platform, Grace wants to educate people about what more it can do.
Whether it's in the medical field, whether it's in research, whether it's in energy production, producing electricity for Americans, whether it's in agriculture.
And she's already planning the next crossover.
A Miss America nuclear engineer crossover, a movie. Boy, I think it'd be kind of fun.
So if you're doing the 6-hour double feature, make sure to get up and stretch in between movies or your legs might feel like plastic and not so fantastic. In Madison, Armand Rahman, News 3 Now.
Still ahead, Andrew Bannister has a look at Friday night sports action. Plus, another look outside. Greg has another check of the forecast up next.
Sponsored by Three Bears Resort, Indoor Water Park and Conference Center in Warrens, Wisconsin.
Wherever you go, wherever you stay, all you need is one key. Earn and use rewards across Expedia, Hotels.com, and Vrbo.
You've got this. Your big moment on their big day. The dress? Another one you'll never wear. Gift? Practical. Yeah, you've got this. Just like Associated Bank's got you with free overdraft protection transfers. So when you get invited to your third destination wedding in as many months, we'll be there with you.
When we first met Todd, we thought Jen was kidding.
You've got this with Associated Bank.
This weekend, Madison's massive Factory Direct Hot Tub and Swim Spa Show. Save up to 50% off hundreds of quality brand hot tubs and swim spas. Flexible financing. Everything must go. Ends tomorrow at Madison Marriott West. EliteSpaSales.com.
Looks like they finally got rid of that trip hazard. They pump it full of mud?
It ain't mud, Jack.
Where are the patched holes? Where's the splashed mud?
It ain't mud, Jack.
Concrete lifting technologies can quickly raise and level any concrete surface using cutting-edge foam technology made in Wisconsin. Fast and accurate and eco-friendly.
How did those guys do it? Where are the holes? Where's the mud?
It ain't mud, Jack.
Okay, guys, we're all here because US Cellular has an incredible deal. Right now, you can get 4 lines with unlimited data for just $90 total.
Sorry, just double checking. Is it really that good of a deal?
Yeah, it's a huge deal. On top of that, you also get 4 free phones.
4 free phones! Wow, I just triple checked and that's awesome.
So go get that deal. Or at least help me clip. Do you check the expiration dates?
Oh, I can do that.
Great.
4 lines for $90 a month, plus 4 free phones. US Cellular, built for us.
A perfect morning calls for the perfect pairing. New Jimmy Dean Maple Griddle Cakes. Sweet pancake outside, savory sausage inside. Ready in minutes.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
Yeah, we're going to have some precipitation this weekend, but then really the big news is going to be our heat wave that is going to be coming next week. So more storms today, probably better coverage today, lesser coverage tomorrow. Then we have another system maybe Monday night, and then it's really the heat that comes after that. And then we might have some showers and thunderstorms once we get on the backside of that heat and the front comes through. Temperature is pretty seasonal this weekend, but then the 90s do come back in at least Wednesday through Friday. Could even be Tuesday too. Heat index is approaching maybe 100 in a couple of those days, and then back to the 80s for next weekend. The latest drought monitor, which was issued Thursday, shows some slight improvements in southern Wisconsin and areas, but not widespread. It's a lot of hit and miss, which is typical to see in summertime, but some of the areas down here too. The news that we do have for the precipitation, not a lot expected with the next several days. A lot of this right there is with something that's going to go Monday night. All the other areas really for today and tomorrow. As you see, maybe a 1/4 to a 1/2 inch. Maybe if you get a stronger thunderstorm, you might actually get 3/4, but overall, not too much. Here's the one wave coming down. This northwest flow continues to push waves from Canada, and they just dig south. There's one. Here's the one for tomorrow that potentially could bring a few showers. Once again, better shot further north. And then Monday afternoon, there's another one that slides south. That's another opportunity Monday afternoon to Monday night for some more storms to come through. And then after that, it's really the heat that we're going to be watching, because the southwest area that has that dome of high pressure that's been sitting there is going to start building up to the north and then pushing east, giving us at least a couple days of heat as it expands northeast. But it won't last long because the system up to the north is going to kind of break it down and push it back to the south. That'll be the Thursday, Friday time frame when we will probably see some more showers and thunderstorms. So it's not long lasting, but we are going to get a taste of the heat and the humidity that we haven't seen much all summer long, really. Today, really nothing to be expected until the showers and thunderstorms really afternoon. Once we hit the noon hour, 1 p.m., you start seeing it start to get more scattered in nature across southern Wisconsin. A little bit organized and stronger storms, maybe potentially further west of Red Wing down to Rochester. You'll see that push just coming further south, and then we get toward the evening hour. Once again, still continuing with the showers and thunderstorm theme, probably through about 9 or 10. A few stronger ones will clear to La Crosse down to Prairie du Chien in those areas, but overall not expecting any widespread severe weather. Once we get to tonight, partly cloudy skies, we'll get back down into the mid-50s up to the north, maybe low 60s further south. Tomorrow, that other wave comes across, a few more showers, but the coverage overall, as you see, is much less than we had yesterday. So you're seeing more mid-80 temperatures than we had for today with the low 80 temperatures. So that'll be the good news. Probably the better of the day will be tomorrow. Then we'll cut skies becoming clear. The one thing we have to watch with this is the smoke in western Canada is continuing to be pulled southward. So I think we will see on and off hazy conditions, but it won't be anything that'll be surface-based or anything that'll be restricting visibility yet. But we'll have to keep an eye on that if it does grab some more smoke, because it is coming from that direction. Overall, there's your temperatures. You see the mid-90s by the midpoint of the week, with the heat indexes approaching potentially up to 100 in those 3 days. Otherwise, same story for La Crosse too. We could have the showers and thunderstorms come Thursday and Friday. We'll see what's going on with that, but definitely something to keep in mind up for your outdoor activities this week with that heat coming.
Numbers don't lie. The Brewers are the hottest team in baseball. They hold the best record in MLB since June 23rd and are 5-1 after the All-Star break. And last night, they faced the odds-on favorite to win the World Series. Freddie Peralta got the ball in the series opener, and the Brewers got out to a hot start. William Contreras smashes a slider to center, doing damage to the team that traded him to Milwaukee. It would score Yelich, crew up 1-0 early. But the Braves showed why they have the best record in baseball. But it was the crew that made it interesting in this one. Brewers got another one on the board, but it would end up going in the Braves' direction. 6-4 the final in this one. In Columbus, Christian Opper made it official. The White Sox 5th-round draft pick signed for a whopping $550,000. The left-handed pitcher's fastball is dangerous, topping out at 98 miles an hour. After winning the Super Bowl with the Chiefs, Melvin Gordon is headed east. The former Badger signed a 1-year, $3.1 million contract with the Baltimore Ravens yesterday. Gordon, who has the 3rd most rushing yards in the NFL since entering the league in 2015, joins a Baltimore team that runs the ball just about as much as anybody in the NFL. It was a tidal wave of signings for local players. The New York Jets signed former Badger receiver and Darlington native Alex Erickson. He returns for his 8th NFL season, having carved out a nice NFL career. And after 2 years with the Milwaukee Bucks, Madison Memorial's Wesley Matthews signed a one-year deal with the Atlanta Hawks yesterday. The 36-year-old is set to play his 15th NBA season. That's your morning sports fix. Go have yourself a wonderful weekend.
Coming up next, it's National Mango Day. We're celebrating the fun yellow fruit next here on Weekend Mornings.
For the plunge you never thought they'd take. For the day you never thought would come. For all the years that have come and gone.
For all those special moments that make life worth living. Diamond Select, downtown Stoughton.
Looks like you've been sleeping well.
Megan, he's back. The MyPillow guy.
And you're looking good.
Still feeling good.
Well, just when you thought it couldn't get any better, we've got the best pillow ever, MyPillow 2.0. I'm interrupting this commercial to let you all know that you have made MyPillow 2.0 a huge success. And because of your amazing support, we've expanded MyPillow's USA manufacturing and jobs. To make room for this, we're clearing out our Percale bed sheets. And to thank you, I'm giving them to you at closeout prices. King size, only $39 a set. Queens, $35 a set. Full size, $29, and twin size, just $25. So go to MyPillow.com or call the number on your screen. Use your promo code to take advantage of this once-in-a-lifetime offer. Get these MyPillow bed sheets now. Once they're gone for good.
Creating family memories is what Maple Leaf Landscaping is all about. We design and build outdoor spaces that bring people together. Landscaped spaces for any size family. Functional, beautiful, a place everyone will enjoy. And it all starts with a free visit at your home by one of our landscape experts. So call Maple Leaf Landscaping today and have us create an outdoor living space for your home.
When your travel adventure is more of a misadventure, it matters where you stay.
And here's some warm DoubleTree cookies.
DoubleTree by Hilton. Hilton for the stay.
Attention, Wisconsin veterans.
I'm Tony Evers, the governor of Wisconsin. If you are a veteran struggling to pay for rent, utilities, or other life-sustaining services, I want you to know that the Veterans Rental Assistance Program is here to help. So call 833-WISC-VRAP or visit vrapwi.com. You've always been there for us. We want you to know that we're here for you.
Mission Unstoppable, Saturday morning at 9.
Finally this morning, summer is in full swing and mangoes are in season. Just fitting because today is National Mango Day. The yellow fruit was first cultivated more than 4,000 years ago in India. Now there are more than 500 varieties across the world. They have plenty of nutrients to offer, with one mango containing nearly 2.5 times more vitamin C than an orange. So, Greg, I guess, if we're gonna be eating anything, it shouldn't be orange. I guess it should be mangoes. I'm not a mango fan. I
like them.
I don't even know what they taste like.
Oh, geez, you're missing out.
You like your smoothies?
Yes, exactly. Mangoes are good. So, if you got anything going on today, probably the best to do it before the early afternoon hours, because we're going to have showers and thunderstorms across the whole state. We'll begin to pick up. Lesser tomorrow, then the hot and humid conditions come Wednesday through Friday, and then finally maybe it's just a short heat wave, so thunderstorms back Thursday, Friday. There's your temperatures to today. Pretty common for this time of year. Upper 50s, low 60s tonight. A little warmer, less cloud cover, less showers and thunderstorms tomorrow. So mid 80s, and then the heat comes midweek. 90s, maybe close to 100. From Wednesday through Friday. So something to keep in mind if you got any outdoor plans this week, those 3 days for staying hydrated and staying cool.
Thank you, Greg. Thank you all for watching. Go eat some mangoes today on this Saturday. Have a great day.